Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Another beautiful Sunday morning to be together with you all. I'm Sarah Benson. And we're going to start with a couple of songs if I can get you all to... You. All right. Well, some of us are ready, so maybe we can stand if you would like, and we'll sing. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. And I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Oh, yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. And I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God, of God, my God, of God, my God. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, the tools that we create with. Our thoughts are prayers that spirit resonates with. Seek higher consciousness, a state of mindfulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Beautiful. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Bonnie, the community spiritual leader here at the center. where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. And it's great to see everyone. Some faces we haven't seen for a while. Welcome back. It's good to have new faces. If you're here for the first time, we do have visitor packets in the back that have a gift certificate to the bookstore. So please help yourself to one of those. And it's always good to have the children in the room. Thank you for bringing them again. Yay! Don't mean to call you out and embarrass you, but it is so wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to invite you again to sign up and help with the setup, sales, and teardown of the Southern New Mexico Pride. We will have 2 tables there, one informational and one to sell things from the bookstore. Carrie's coordinating all that. You can wave at her. And there's a sign-up sheet in the social hall. And next Saturday, we will have another sidewalk sale. We did decide to bring the sidewalk sale inside, though. It'll be a bookstore sale, but save them from having to sit out in the heat. So we will do that next Saturday. Anyone that can help the women in the bookstore, please come see them. KN, you want to just wave, you guys? And okay. She's not here, but you can tell her about it and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And next Sunday, we will have a new member orientation after the service for anyone interested in joining this lovely center. So just let me know if you're interested in doing that. And this Wednesday, we will have another community meeting, whether you can be here in purpose or a purpose. Everybody's here in purpose. In person or over Zoom. You're welcome to be here from 1 to 3. We'll be looking at events and things that we can do here to bring more people in and have more activities and to increase the funds that come through the door to support this place. And our next certified class is starting on Thursday from 2 to 5 from Whence We Came. And we will be studying some of the thinkers that Ernest Holmes studied as he created what we now know as science of mind or religious science. So it's a great way to get a deeper understanding of who we are and what we teach and what our principles are all about. And I will be facilitating that class. And Sharon waved. Sharon says there's a few more spots in her art class. So that also has a sign-up sheet there if you're interested in taking her art class. And in September, we have 2 musical events that are taking place here. One is sponsored by Unity, and they're celebrating some of the musicians that they have. And some of them you might know, like Melody Burns, if you remember her. So this is going to be Saturday, September 9th at 3 o'clock. The tickets are on sale in our bookstore, or you can come during the week and get them from the office. But that will be taking place here. And then later in the month, we will have a Saturday evening, September 16th at 7:30, Scottish Irish music concert here. So I think that'll be fun too. And then we are also looking at beginning to do potlucks again. We're going to try it once a month on the 3rd Sunday of each month. So we will start that on September 17th after the service. So bring food to share and we'll stick around and have conversation with each other. Huh? Yay. Yay. We're going to start slowly once a month, but we thought it would be fun to be able to be in communion with each other again. And at this point, please welcome our Deb. Hey, we love your cooking, Deb. Yeah, so I'm inviting to the platform your board president, Carrie Porter.
Thank you so much for your kindness. Let me open up my page here. All right. No, I've got it. Thank you. Good morning. It is my joy to serve you as your board president and bring you a report on our current financial status. We are grateful for the forgiven PPP and the $20,000 city grant that kept our center viable during the last 3 years. The grant funds replaced income from events we could not hold during the pandemic. Those who generously gave to the center sustained the same levels that they had prior to shutting down. Sunday offerings have always been supplemented with event income, and so we are deeply grateful for your tithing, donations, and these grants. In the spring of 2023, we experienced a downward trend in giving after we paid off the building note. We have used most of the grant money and have scheduled more fall 2023 events, but we have not yet reached the necessary level of income. We are paying our bills and the salaries, but we are not approving any new or extra expenses such as buffing our social hall floor, for example. After our July community meetings, income is rebounding and we continue to see it grow. We are grateful to all of you and all the various ways you give to and support this center. To meet the bare minimum, we need an average of $1,700 a week. To fully meet unexpected expenses and repairs, we are open to receiving $2,000 a week or more. We want CSL of Las Cruces to completely thrive, and we know that right now, by speaking our truth into law, we are fully and completely supported by Spirit. By letting you all know we are open to receiving, we know it is already ours. Please hold this in your consciousness along with us and move your feet as you feel inspired to do so, making this manifest. We have an opportunity to receive federal grant money to improve our building's east facade and make it more energy efficient. The project is to install smaller, tempered, double-paned windows. The grant will cover 80% of the project expenses, but we will need to match the project costs by 20%. These matching funds can include volunteer time, say for example, painting after the windows are installed, and administrative time, as well as the monetary funds we collect. We are still working on the actual figures and collecting bids as we move forward with this grant application. Please, however, you can commit to helping us to meet this 20%, let us know. For details on this opportunity, come see one of our board members or attend our next community meeting, which will be next week. So next Wednesday, August 30th, from 1 to 3, we will host our third community meeting. We will discuss what gifts or talents we have, brainstorm about potential events, and consider innovative ways to use the space that generate more income. Please join us in person or over the Zoom link for the meeting. So, thank you so much for all you do.
Yay. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you know what? What I heard is we had a challenge at the end of last year and we paid off our building mortgage because everyone came up, right? And together we were able to burn the note December 31st or January 1st. I don't remember, but it was close enough. So, you know, we are in such a prosperous place. We are so abundant. Tapping into law. And I forgot what I was going to do next. Okay. I'm sorry. I was just like so taken, you know, because I've been around here for a few years and I have seen a lot of stuff. And what I know that this principle, religious science principle in my life somehow works. Law of circulation. The more I give of my time, talent, and treasure, the more I get back. It's just such a blessing in my life. And I will get back to this. And I think you took mine. Anyway, so we have a prayer circle, right? I'm Teresa Valenzuela, practitioner here at the heart of Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. I should have this memorized, but I don't. We believe in the power of prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. Please fill out a prayer request, which can be found in pockets on the chair backs, or if you're in the front row, as these lovely people are, right in back of you, and just tell us what you would like us to pray with you for. Prayer is so powerful and manifests things in ways that we can't even imagine. We just stay open. And so this prayer circle meets every Tuesday afternoon. All the New Thought
ministers and practitioners from throughout Las Cruces. We Zoom together and we just take your words up as you're doing your work wherever you may be. And what we also love is to hear the gratitude and the manifestation of how these prayers have rolled out in your life. So also in the chair backs or behind you, there are gratitude cards. And if you would please share with us what you are grateful for today. Because at the end, we share those in the circle. And we remember the I am, the power that we are. And we want you to share that with us as we share ourselves with you. And so now it is time for song, silence, and prayer.
The heart of the world beats in me now. The light of the world shines through me. The song of the world sings through me now. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world. The heart of the world beats in me now. The light of the world shines through me. The song of the world sings through me now. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world.
So I invite you to come with me to prayer, to opening up this morning that has already been blessed in so many ways. From the moment I woke up and took that knowing breath to this moment right here in front of you. And for each and every person that is here, whether in the room or on Zoom, or that will listen to this through YouTube throughout the week and month, we welcome you, and my heart is filled. The song has already been sung. I am here to serve. I am here to learn. And I know that I invite you all on that journey with me collectively, as we know that we are one individualized expressions of spirit, of the divine creative force. I also know for a fact that any appearance outside of myself that appears to be lack or disagreement or chaos, that all of that cannot touch the I am within. That there is that power that each and every one of us is, that each and every one of us shares. And so knowing that these words have already been fulfilled, that our lovely panel is ready to share their excitement, their learning, and their gifts to each of us. What a life. What a life. So I give great thanks for this beautiful morning. I just invite us to take that deep breath in and out as we settle in, open heart, open ears. And so it is. This morning, our meditation was actually the affirmation in the Science of Mind magazine for today, and it talked about learning. And then there it is, the first song we sang today. I am here to serve, I am here to learn. So I am here to read. Here we go. This is the reading for today from the Science of Mind magazine. Be bold, be genius. A quote from Michael Landon. Somebody should tell us right at the start of our lives that we are dying. Then we might live life to the limit every minute of every day. Do it. If I say whatever you want to do, do it now. There are only so many tomorrows. And Ernest Holmes from the Science of Mind reminds us, we cannot live a choiceless life. Every day, every moment, every second, there is a choice. Years ago at one of my centers, one of my congregants was going to be bedridden for a while. She asked me to give her something to do so she wouldn't be bored. So I asked her to call all our members to remind them we're having a workshop that weekend. After making the calls, she contacted me and said she was amazed at how many of the people said they don't go to workshops because they had heard it all and learned it all. My first thought was, gee, I wish I had learned it all. This is Reverend Ron Fox's words, not mine. The truth is, we never stop learning. I'm a retired teacher, and I'm still learning. The path isn't about workshops. It's about working on our spiritual growth. We never reach the end of the road. I tell my students, there is no there. Our lessons are never finished. As long as we live, we have lessons to be learned. That's how we continue to grow. Life is a school we never graduate from. Deepening our consciousness is like peeling an onion. For every layer, guess what? There's another layer beneath it. When I was a young boy, my dad would tell me, you can have it all. The world is your oyster. As I began to believe him, my life changed. Whatever you do or dream, you can do. Begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. And the affirmation that we use during meditation. In this moment, I open myself to life. I know everything. There are lessons. Let me back up. Too excited today. Thank you. I'm just like, in this moment, I open myself to life. I know everywhere I look, there are lessons to be learned. I make the choice to be open to all that Spirit imparts to me, and I know the lessons never end. And so it is. So we invite you to learn with us. And I am going to be looking at the time because I've told my comadres here. Song, I'm sorry. See, I'm ready to go. Here we go. Song.
I guess I'm supposed to sing a song. Okay. I think you'll like this one, Teresa.
Thank you.
Okay. It's the title is If I Were Brave. It's by Janice Stanfield and Jimmy Scott, and I think it speaks well to passion and purpose. And it has a question: what would I do today if I were brave? So you can think about that.
What would I do if I knew I could not fail? If I believed that the wind always filled up my sail? How far could I go? What would I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you do if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? Oh, if I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave?
Thank you.
Another coinky dink. I go to an 8:30 virtual CSL meeting, and guess what song we sang this morning? That one. Yes, you know, we shared a room together. You know I'm pretty honest. Yes, thank you for that beautiful song. You are right. I love that song. I had the words already on my phone, but I digress. It's just a beautiful morning. I'm just like filled. I say I'm filled with spirit, but you know what? Every day I am filled with spirit. Spirit never leaves me. Sometimes I shut the door and it's like, I think I can do better, but the infinite is always, always within me. And what a life. And what a life we had a couple of weeks ago. We got to go to Chapala and represent CSL in the heart of Las Cruces. And we also had another friend from Wellsprings, our friend Brenda Wauer, and Karen was my roommate, and Nancy was our travel guide and shuttler. And we made quite a team. And so this month's theme is Living Out Loud, My Passion for Purpose. And I feel really passionate this morning. I feel really excited. I'm happy to be here. You know, I got to go to Chapala in 2017, 2019, and then 2023. And I will tell you all three visits to the La Conferencia de las Americas, three different completely experiences. It was, you know, it was really interesting for me as I came back and sort of reflected. And so there are two things that really, really called to my heart. One, it was an opportunity this year to be a real faith builder. It allowed me to experience and to practice my faith. And I will talk about that for a minute. So the first time I went to Mexico, I was raised here in Las Cruces, so grew up, my mother would not even want us to go to Juarez, right? It was sort of this fear of what's on the other side of the border, not remembering that if the Gadsden Purchase had been any different and the border was a few miles north, we would be living in Mexico, right? But that's beside the point. And so that first, we had Kathy lady who took us, and how I didn't understand how we're going to get from El Paso to the airport, and and I'll tell you some really interesting things happened. There's lots of stories, but I'm going to just stay focused on this current trip. But so I don't even remember how much I enjoyed that trip, because I was so worried about waiting for something more badder to happen, right? More badder. And then in 2019, feeling a little more confident, Kathy lady was not our tour guide at that trip. So we really worked as a team to get to Lake Chapala. And I had the opportunity as a practitioner to help some of our student practitioners from Spanish-speaking countries to do their paneling at that time. So that was a little easier for me. I knew it would be okay. This time, I got a phone call about a month and a half before we went, and someone said, well, you have a shuttle, right? And it's like, I don't know. Nancy said she'd take care of it. And, well, you need to be sure. And I said, just calm down. Well, number one, this person wasn't going to be with us on the trip, but just calm. I could just see now as I reflect that my faith, as I am just walking on that path of spiritual growth, is always there and perfect. And I had the perfect companions, and there might have been some hiccups, but you know what? We just all worked together. The way that we worked together as a team, for me, was amazing. And most of all, because I didn't feel, this is a confession, that I had to be the boss. Now, my companions might not agree with me, but I had faith that everyone was going to do what needed to be done, and if I couldn't be there, like even spiritually, emotionally, someone was going to step up. I so enjoyed my week in Chapala because of that. And because of that, thank you. I came back shining and more evolved, right? Like everything I need is already within me, but that opportunity of having a week with no commitments, like no CSL commitments, no, I'm in recovery, no AA commitments, no dog commitments. I came back just regenerated, revitalized, and recalibrated, and reawakened. And here I am. I am a practitioner, a licensed practitioner here at CSL in the heart of Las Cruces, and I am here to serve you. And so it is. Oh, and there's Karen. So it was almost the last day, and we took a picture smiling. Even after being in the same room for a week.
Yes. Teresa made reference to something I was going to say. I spent 75 years trying to be the only person in my room. And when I went into this trip, knowing that I would be sharing a room, my anxiety level went way up. It turned out to be a lesson in itself. It was lovely, as it was lovely with everyone down there. I could stand here and tell you about the classes or the workshops we went to. Nancy will take care of some of that. But what I want to talk about is the Spirit-filled week and a little bit about the mindfulness that happened there. We know about consciousness and how that dictates how we act, how we think, and how we be in the world. Well, the body is a part of consciousness, and in our body is reflected what we think. One of the workshops that we had was about stress. I don't think I've talked to anyone in the past 25 years who doesn't have a lot of it in our lives. And I'd like to have a little exercise that will include each and every one of you. As you sit in your chair, I'd like for you to think of something that causes you stress, preferably a lot of it. Think about it. Think hard about it. Feel your blood pressure rise. Feel your anxiety level go up and up and up. And when you're stressed, think of a time when you are somewhere where you would prefer not to show how stressed you are. So what I'm going to give you is a little exercise that you can actually put to work in your lives. As you sit there thinking of this stress-provoking situation, think of a part of your body that will not show if you tighten it. Clench your toes, clench your fingers, especially if they're under your lap or to the side or wherever. Think about your jaw and tighten it. Tighten that part of your body really, really tight. Loosen it, relax. Tighten it again. Loosen it, relax. Continue to do that as many times as it takes to get your mind, which is related to your body, off the stressor. Realize that you have control over at least some of the stress in your life. It won't get rid of the stressor, but it will help you to exercise control over your consciousness, which ultimately feels that stress. I thought this was a very important part of our week there. We were fed, we were housed. It may not have been the Waldorf Astoria, but we had access to showers and comfortable beds and so much camaraderie. Some wonderful workshops. So it was a spiritual week, as Teresa has made reference to. I felt it too. I was a little reluctant to plan to go to this workshop, but let me say, I'm so glad that I went that I would love for more of you to plan to go. It was so important to me about how our bodies and our consciousness work together that I would like to call up one of my fellow travelers and ask her to demonstrate another stress reliever that you can use to put your mind in control of your body. Stand up there. Can you tell she's stressed? I don't think that's an act. Nancy, would you please think of a stress-producing event?
No problem.
No problem? It's not necessary, but would you care to share what it is with us?
Sure. I have always been fearful of speaking in public.
So you are in that situation now.
You betcha.
All right. Okay, the exercise I'm going to give you is to take that stress outside your body and see if we can't bring your stress level down a hair.
Okay.
Okay, take your right hand, if you would, place it on your tummy. Think of that stressor that's coming up. Get that stress level way on up there and begin to rub your tummy. Okay, close your eyes. Slow the rotation down. Even slower. And reverse the rotation. Even slower if you can. If you're able, can you tell us a little bit about what has happened with your feelings during this exercise?
Well, it helps me to focus on a bodily action rather than my stress or my fear.
Okay. So you've been able to convert at least some of that energy into locating it into your body and then releasing it. So your conscious feelings of stress may have gone down somewhat.
Mm-hmm. I believe they have. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nancy. So this, to me, was the sense of what the whole week was about. We learned lots of things, yes, but it was all couched into the togetherness of the community feeling, the good food, the good vibes, the activities, the fun things we did, the going out to eat, the workshops, all of it. It was so, so good. Nancy, it's your turn. Remember.
Okay. I'd like to start with a question that we were asked in one of our workshops. How many are there here this morning? Would anyone care to try to answer that? 30. Pardon me? How many are there here this morning? Who said that? There we go. In our workshop, that's exactly what everybody did. Looked around the room to count how many people were there. And the minister, who was the speaker, suggested another option to think about. Is there just one of us? So that was a little gem that I call a souvenir that I took home with me. I want to tell you a little bit about the conference and how things worked. Since I had been to the conference in Chapala in 2019, I had wanted to return every year since. I kept trying to get people to go. And then, of course, COVID was there, and so they did it by Zoom. So we finally got our group together to go. I had a good idea of what to expect, so I was much more relaxed, knowing the logistics of how things worked. And I want to give you a little summary of the daily activities to give you an idea of what happens there. And like Teresa said, the word workshop really means spiritual growth. So anytime I say workshop in here, which is a few times, think of it as spiritual growth. When we arrived at the conference center, I noticed the idyllic setting. There were tall palm trees surrounding the green rolling grasses, leading down to a pool and then to the lake, Lake Chapala, which is the largest lake in Mexico. Truly a beautiful setting for the Conference of the Americas. On the first day, registration starts out about noon on Tuesday, where we check in, get our schedule of events, and it continues for a full 4 days until the conference ends on Saturday around noon. And that's when we say, hasta la vista, until next year, with gratitude. And we have a goodbye lunch. The daily activities start at 7 a.m. with yoga, if you care to get up that early. And then breakfast at 8. And the first workshop of the day starts at 9. And things go on until 9, 10 o'clock at night. There are breaks built in the schedule, as well as lunch and dinner, buffets outdoors under the canopy, where everyone eats together every day. The agenda is packed with inspirational workshops, spiritual growth opportunities, speakers, and activities. The speakers and workshop facilitators are all ministers and practitioners from the United States, Mexico, and South America. There's a continuous stream of translation going on behind the scenes during workshops so that everybody can understand the messages, whether it's spoken in English or Spanish. There are guided meditations on the grounds under the sacred tree during the afternoons, as well as later in the evening in one of the rooms. All activities are optional, as well as group excursions that they planned for Thursday afternoon. Spiritual inspiration was not the only thing on the agenda. We got to give God a good time. Each evening, entertainment was available, such as mariachi group performance, a dance with DJ music, a movie night with a video of Ernest Holmes himself speaking, and a more formal dress-up gala on Friday evening with a plated dinner, a keynote speaker, beautiful music, and dancing after. Some of the highlights of the conference for me are the opportunities to meet and talk to people from CSL centers in North and South America in such an intimate atmosphere. There were approximately 70 attendees, and 12 of those were ministers. I also enjoyed exploring the nearby towns of Chapala and Ajijic and their culture. And the most important thing is to share the light. That was the title of the conference this year, Sharing Your Light, and the wisdom of so many inspirational speakers from CSL centers abroad. I want to leave you with an aspiration from one of our esteemed speakers, Reverend Dr. John Waterhouse, and I quote, "To reveal and release the divine presence that I am and you are wherever I am." And he also reminded us, "You are God, act like it." And so it is.
Well, I had asked them before they left if they would do that and share with you their little gems that they got while they were in Chapala. So again, let's just thank them for going and bringing us back some of that. Teresa was, Where are the tacos? Oh, you got, the food down there is beyond tacos good. It is amazing. And Teresa didn't mention the adventure that we had the year that I went, where she basically the next year said, "I'll be responsible for making sure Reverend Bonnie gets there." Because the first year, I think it was the first year that I was trying to go, we found out that the way the tickets got ordered for me was from Guadalajara to here and back, not from Juarez to Guadalajara and back. So trying to speak in Spanish to the people and the tickets, and oh my goodness. But I just said, I'm going to trust that I'm going to get there, and if I have to stay a night in Juarez, I will, but thankfully I didn't have to. And our team got us all there, and then after that we kind of learned how to do it. It's really worth going. The inspirational workshops and just being in that environment is so amazing. And for us to go, it's not that long of a flight. It's a very easy flight, 2 hours from Juarez down and back. So what is the cost? It's minimal compared to... Yeah, so she said 300 round trip if leaving from Juarez as opposed to 1,200 if we'd left out of El Paso. Yeah, and then you pay a little bit for the shuttle to get us from the El Paso airport over to the Juarez airport and back. But it's definitely, and then the conference itself is really reasonable. 500? Room and board. That included your 3 meals a day, a place to stay, and all the workshops. So it's really worth it. And you meet some amazing people. And one year, my taxi driver serenaded us the whole time as we were driving. It was amazing. Anyway, I just wanted to share that the experience is so worth it, and I'm hoping and praying I get to go next time that we all go. And so now, do we have any other practitioners? Bob will stand and we'll just surround this room with that love and energy and that light. And I love that closing remark that you are God, so act like it. We're going to take that into our hearts and minds. So just going within, giving gratitude for the opportunities that we have to share our cultures and our experiences and our teaching and our light right here in this room, and as we take it beyond here, as we travel to other parts of the city, the country, the world. We know that we are spirit expressing. And so how grateful I am for this sharing of the excitement and the light that these women have brought back with them from Chapala. And also that inner awareness that our bodies and our minds, our consciousness are one as well. And so once again, thinking about that stressful remembering that we did earlier and just releasing it, whether we do it by rubbing our tummy, by clenching and releasing, knowing that our minds are powerful and our bodies reflect that power. So we allow our minds to move inward and release and allow all that stress to just roll right off of us. I'm grateful for that reminder, for this time coming together, knowing that we are one in this room, one with spirit, one with our bodies, hearts, and minds. And so knowing that, we just take that in with deep gratitude as we release and let it be. And so it is. Thank you again, panel.
Okay, this song is called Use Me. It's by Ricky Byers, and I'm sure a lot of you know the song, so please sing, and there's a clapping part that if you know that, you can do that. Beautiful song. So.
To think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. Oh, God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do, all that I must do, all that I must do.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful song that can help us remember we're like God. We are God. And how do we act like it? How do we bring that awareness in and through us? So again, I want to thank Karen and Nancy and Teresa for sharing with us their inspiration from their trip. And I'm just, again, so grateful. We're so close. It's an amazing conference. I encourage you all to think about that for next year. It's usually around the end of July, beginning of August, usually the first week in August now. So keep that in mind. We'll just get a bigger group next time. That's a fabulous experience. Well, now is that time and that opportunity when we consider giving back to the center, and I want to thank our board president again for sharing with us. We are moving in a state of principle, knowing that we are fully and completely supported, and knowing that even though the numbers sometimes look a little scary, which they have for a few months every now and then, we go, whoo, how are we doing this? I keep telling the board, they've been even scarier when I first got here. So I totally trust that we are completely supported by Spirit, and I know that that's going to move in and through us, whether it's through you all as individuals, through you inspiring other people to show up, to be a part of this community, and whatever new ideas we come up with for events and ways to utilize this building, and just see us thriving and prospering within here as the community that we are, the God selves that we are, the one that we are. So I'm grateful for this time as we think about giving back to our center. And one of our principles is tithing. And so every month we pick a new place to tithe to. Some of them are repeats throughout the years. And this month we are giving to Casa de Peregrinos. Their mission is to end hunger while providing mobile pantries and resources that build strong, diverse, and inclusive relationships and partnerships in the community. And this week, from the 21st through the 31st, they've been asking for help with volunteers as well, with food distribution, client assistance, and warehouse organization. And again, I have the information here if you want to help them and volunteer your time, as well as knowing that 10% of everything that comes through here this month is going to assist them and help them as well. So let's say our affirmation together. It's on the back. There we go. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. And we could say, thank you, God, as me. As me. I just take that with you. And let's sing, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so so blessed.
And as I was thinking that we are so blessed, I also want to let you know that the Next Gen Conference for our youth is coming up in October, and we are once again sending Trevor. I'm excited to say that he will be going, and I'm hoping he brings back some of the excitement that he experiences there to share with us as well. So we'll just hold him in consciousness and awareness and see that happening. Information about that is back on the bulletin board if you know that generation age group that might want to go to a retreat, a conference, let them know. We want to get this teaching out there to everyone. At this time, we can stand and sing our closing song. And remember afterward to greet each other out in the social hall, spend some time getting to know each other. We just want to continue to build our connections with each other.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk. Join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. Come on and go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Ooh, shine your light and have a fabulous week. Thank you. And the practitioners are available for prayer after the service. And Teresa's jazzed up, so she'll give you some good prayer.